The hospital stood quietly on the edge of the Oregon forest, blanketed in snow and tucked away by winding roads that barely made it onto maps. Inside, in rooms 2 and 14, everything was as usual, dimly lit and rarely used. No one could explain why patients there rarely recovered. The room was called the Silence, and many avoided it. That winter, 7-year-old Aara Quinn was brought to room 214. Her skin was pale, and her breath barely stirred the tube beside her. For days, she didn't speak, and her mother, Mara, who had given up everything to stay by her side, stopped asking questions and began counting her breaths. Outside, snow drifted slowly. No one expected what happened next when a black and white figure appeared at the end of the hallway. The cameras didn't catch where it came from. It was a stray German shepherd that walked into room 214. Cameron, the night nurse, was the first to see the dog. She felt warmth in her chest and let it pass. Inside the room, Aara lay motionless, the machines pulsing with light. Mara, half asleep in the chair, lifted her head and froze when she saw the dog. It looked like her late Toby. When the dog gazed at Mara, something shifted in her chest. She nodded, and the dog approached Aara, placing a paw on her hand. Suddenly, Ara's fingers twitched, and she asked, "Did you really come?" At first, no one planned to let the dog stay, but when Orion settled beside Aara, a calm settled over the room. Room 214 stopped following protocol. Aara had been moved to palliative care 36 hours earlier. Dr. Hale had reported her condition, but when the dog appeared, no one objected. With Orion beside her, Aara began responding. Her heart rate stabilized, and by morning, her oxygen levels had risen. By the third day, Aara was sitting up, her voice weak as she asked, "Can I have applesauce?" The staff started calling her by name again. She drew pictures and spent hours with Orion in her lap. But something began to change. The room grew colder after midnight, and one nurse noticed the lights flickering. Orion stopped sleeping at night, sitting alert instead. One day, Ava, a new nurse, entered the room. Aara was awake, her face unreadable. Dr. Hale noted progress in her condition. But one night, Aara began convulsing, and the monitor wailed. Mara screamed, but no one came. Orion lunged forward, and Aara seemed to listen to something no one else could hear. Aara asked if names held power. That night, Orion took his post again, and without turning, Aara said, "If I say his name, he can't stay." Mara, horrified, asked which name, but Aara only whispered a sound. Orion barked, and the silence was broken. Aara gasped for air, but Mara rushed to her. Slowly, Aara opened her eyes and said, "I said what he didn't want me to know." After that night, everything changed. Ara's room became a place no one could explain. Doctors spoke of spontaneous remission, but no one could say what had truly happened in room 214. Orion remained by her side, and Aara moved from coma to consciousness. Days before discharge, Drive. Hale showed Mara a photo of a girl with a German shepherd. Mara realized he hadn't come for her, but because it had returned. On the day of discharge, the halls were quiet. Aara walked out in a pink coat, Orion beside her. The staff watched in silence as she left.